today I'm going to be teaching y'all how to make this, or really any other planet you want. So first you're going to start with a black pen. I have a few imported sets, and I may use things from them, but for now I won't be. And so I'm going to just put a circle. I said a circle. Good enough. But I am going to adjust it. There we go. Now, it's your choice whether you want a moon or not. I do for this one. So I'm going to duplicate that, shrink it down, and put it to the side. There we go. Now you have your planet and your moon. So then, you're going to merge those two layers and take a dark purple or bluish black and put as the background. Make sure there are no gaps. If there are, simply redo your color drop and up the threshold. Just like that. So then look, and there's no gaps. Next, you're going to put a layer under that. That's where you're going to put your colors. I'm going to use the blue part of the Ascend palette. So this part down here. And so I'm going to color drop that. Okay. You're going, before you do that, you're going to set this as reference. So I'm going to color drop that. I'm an idiot. You're going to set it as reference, go to the layer below it, and color drop it in. So then you're going to pick another color. I'm going to go with this color right here. And you're just going to add in a random shape. And then color that in. Oh man, I forgot I had that in a rainbow. Forgot my Neriander pencil is a rainbow thing. So I'm going to use soft pastel here. So then I'm just going to go in with a random shape and color that in. Now it doesn't matter how your shape looks or how solid things are, because we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff to this. Let me add a few more shapes. Alright, once you've added all your sections, I'm going to have the light part be looking like land, and that be looking like that. So I'm going to add one little island right over here. So then you're going to open the magic wand, and you're going to go to liquefy. Then you're going to go to push, and just do something. Okay, make sure your size is down. And then you're just going to push and do some things, just mess around. Doesn't really matter too much what you do. And with the reconstruct button, anything you do is reversible. And also with the reverse button, it's reversible. Just go with push. And if you want something random, make sure distortion and momentum. Make sure momentum's at 50, distortion is max. If you want something truly random. So once it looks something like that, go to something like twirl right. Just add a bit more randomness to it. I'm going to make sure that there's no white from the edges coming in. So I'm going to take push the white from the edges back, and push the white from the edges back. So I'm going to call this good. And I'm going to do a quick slight Gaussian blur. And then go back to liquefy, crystals. The size is pretty down. Size up. Some more randomness. And that's what we're going to call good. And so now we'll work on the moon. And so I'm going to go with a pinkish gray, like that. And so I'm going to use the pink section, I'm going to use the top section on here for the moon. No, this does not have to be realistic. I am just going with whatever I see fit for the moon. This is a fantasy planet. It does not matter. So just do whatever you really want. It doesn't quite matter. I don't know why I just clicked clone there. Liquefy. And, whoa. Don't do that. But it's fine if you do. You can just push it right back into place. I'm going to call that good on the moon. So for shading, you're just going to add us another layer. You're going to go with a cool black and do something like that. And for the moon, the same thing. And then you're going to go with a warm white and do the same thing, but on the opposite sides. Just like that. And then you're going to Gaussian blur it. Just like that. Blur it a little more. And perfect. And so now you're going to go in here and you're going to alpha lock that, or no, you're not going to alpha lock it. I started doing it differently. I'm going to add plus, and then you're going to clipping mask. And so then I'm going to go into luminance, glimmer, add just a few spots of large stars. Not too many. Those are a bit too big. Just like that. Some closer stars. I'm going to do some farther stars with flicks. You don't want that smaller. Flicks, make sure they're not just patches. Make sure it's pretty random. You don't want it to look like you drew it. You want it to look random. Just like that. And then you're going to add some even farther away stars. Driven snow from elements. Just like that. And then you're going to lower the opacity slightly on that. Just slightly. There we go. And so now we're going to do a nebula. Well, this one's going to be texture. So you're going to go into luminance, nebula, a lightish purple, and, okay. Nebula is a really, really strong brush. So you're going to do it half opacity. And just add a little nebula in there. Add a bit of a brighter color to the edges. And then you can always resize this. I'm going to, and put it right there. So that's, there we go. Add some more bright to it. Just like that. So then I'm going to lower the opacity on that. Like that. Put it over the stars. The opacity a bit. There you go. Add as many nebulas as you want. I am going to blend this nebula out slightly, just blend to the edges. Which adds a little bit of texture, but that is fine. Just like that. And I'm also going to turn the opacity down some more. There you go. There is your planet. Also, feel free to do this to add a bit more color to your backdrop. But that's not how we're going to keep it. What you're going to do is you're going to do that, and then lower the opacity way, way, way down, and then you're going to add straight right here. Add a nebula like that. But it's not going to end up looking like a nebula because you're going to turn it really, really down. It's just going to look slightly like your planet has an atmosphere. And just like that.